All right, happy Valentine's Day. Glenn said it before I did this morning. I'll tell you, Sherilyn is feeling a little bit of love this morning. It's getting just a little bit frisky with me early this morning. But I'll tell you who's not feeling the love is the federal workers today. Oh my God, that's all over the news. I don't even know where to begin. We're going to start with weather. That's where we can begin this morning. Let me show you the couch shot here of Rex Thompson. Crickets. I think he slept in. Fly on the Wall Productions, bringing you the Aired Out podcast this morning, live on Facebook and YouTube, streamed everywhere you get your podcasts, and on the web at airedoutvt.com. Weather, here's what we have. We have the winter storm watch. Is it going to change to a warning? I'd put my money on it. It's in effect from Saturday evening through Sunday evening for heavy, mixed, wintry precipitation. How much snow? 5 to 10 inches is what they're saying. What's that?
Way bigger than me.
5 to 10 inches?
My wife would be so happy to get 5 to 10 inches.
Welcome, Rex. I'm so glad, I think, that you're here.
Sorry, my man.
Yeah.
Barge in here.
Yeah.
The back door was open.
Yeah.
I hear your back door's open quite often.
Yeah, backdoor man. Are you a backdoor man or am I a backdoor man? Both of us.
I'm definitely not a receiver.
Oh, my God. Listen, this whole weather thing it's going to be,
huh?
Yeah, it's going to be, does this constitute a storm?
I think 2025 is the year of chaos. Everything is in chaos right now. Even our weather system.
I know. We're going to be all right. I mean, it's what? Just a foot of snow.
Yeah, I don't care because I get to bring up my tractor.
Yeah, you love that.
Of course I do.
You love that shit.
I usually drive all the way around Robar Road. When I have my tractor, I drive all the way around. I snow blow everybody's.
You help out the neighbors and stuff?
Of course I do.
Oh, that's nice.
100%.
Some ice accumulation, too. So during the daytime hours on Sunday. But, a lot of people are going to be inside.
Hey, happy Valentine's Day, buddy.
Happy Valentine's Day.
My wife reminded me, she's like, hey, I want to cook you a steak tonight. I was like, that's after you come to my jiu-jitsu class tonight, right? She's so mad that I have the jiu-jitsu class tonight for Valentine's Day.
Well, what's more important, Rex? I mean,
jiu-jitsu class. We've done like 26 fucking Valentines together. What? what better way to spend Valentine's than having my wife dump me and throw me on my head? I think that's a pretty good Valentine's.
You know what? I will tell you something right now about your wife. Something that I know about your wife.
Oh, yeah?
I know.
We're not going to talk about that thing, though, right?
No, we're not going to.
Okay.
No. But
that thing that she likes.
No. I mean, there's that
and
thing.
It's not me.
Listen. There's that thing that she likes about you, but there's also that thing that she likes about me when you're not around. Okay? I'm just saying.
What is that? Silence?
My God. Yes, it's Valentine's Day, buddy. It is Valentine's Day.
Absolutely.
Do we know if the Valentine we do? I mean, we already know the answer to this. The Valentine Bandit in Montpelier.
That guy's awesome. I used to work down there, and I used to do the sidewalk plows. Believe it or not, we'd be out all night long, and I do not know who that guy is. Dead serious. I would be out plowing. We'd come back down the street, and there would be all those hearts down through. I remember the news crew pulled me over at like 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, yes, of course I know who it is. And
Did they think it was you?
No, they got all excited. They're like, so you've seen the guy. You know who he is? I was like, absolutely. He's a short little fat guy with wings.
Wearing a diaper in February?
Oh, yeah. They were so disappointed. They thought they were getting a huge story on who the heart guy was out in.
Hey, before my phone goes dead, and it's going to go dead, I want to give a ring over to Lindsay Contois over at the pub because
absolutely we just donated some tickets to the Lonnie Wade because Lonnie Wade used to come to our shows. I love Lonnie Wade and his wife Cindy. They were great fucking people.
Yeah. Well, tomorrow is the big day over at the pub. That's when they're having the Lonnie Wade silent auction and dinner and all.
Oh, okay. Oh, good. Thank you for reminding me. I got to print those certificates up for the 2 free tickets. We're giving away the front seats there this time.
Are you?
Yeah, we're going to give away $200 seats right there at one of the tables for the Lonnie Wade.
Get your ass over
silent.
to the pub. What are you waiting for, you asshole?
I'm waiting for the ink. I was waiting for the ink so my daughter could print the tickets, but
Lindsay, you with us?
Hey, good morning.
Hi, honey. I got Rex here with me. He's coming over with some stuff for Donnybrook Fight Promotions for the
they always donate. I really appreciate it so much. It helps a lot. It's one of our biggest auction items that we have each year, which is very nice.
Listen, is there an ice fishing derby this year, though?
No. So, oh, man. The past 2 years, the ice hasn't been very good. So we had to cancel like a week out, and so this year we just decided that it's so much planning ahead of time, and to get our insurance and paperwork through the state and Fish and Wildlife and putting everything together and people booking hotel rooms at the inn and everything. So we just decided to not do it because it's just so unpredictable, even though this year would have been the perfect year to do it because ice is perfect.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, Lindsay, is there an event page that we can share on our Donnybrook page and stuff?
There is.
Perfect.
If you either go on my personal page or the pub page, you'll see the flyer there with like a little blurb that tells what the event's about and what we support. And
awesome.
Yeah, I think Air It Out also has been sharing our stuff, so you can look at it there as well.
It's right there on the monitor right now. So $20, kids under 12 for 10. Again, 100% of the proceeds going directly to the scholarship fund for Lonnie Wade Memorial, which is awesome. And Cindy is going to be there, right? I'm sure.
Of course, yes.
Yeah. We love Cindy.
Yes.
So what's on the menu here? I'm seeing lasagna is just some of it, right?
Yeah, so we do a lasagna dinner, but we also have chicken quarters, green beans, Wayside donated rolls. So we'll have those rolls.
Oh my God, the famous Wayside rolls.
Yes.
Rex.
I used to go buy them just to buy the rolls, man.
Yeah.
That and their root beer.
Yeah, so we have that, and then obviously, so we have like steamed vegetables and a side salad, and then Taste of Vermont, which is Taylor Baudet, is donating the dessert. So yeah,
Wow.
everything she does is amazing. And my husband Cy will be doing most of the cooking because I don't know.
That's what men do.
He's my right hand man for my cooking stuff. When it comes to like cooking at my business and whatever, he's like, nope. I want to choose how much I cook and for how many people and what I cook.
Has Cy already showed a little bit of romance this morning on Valentine's Day, Lindsay?
Yes, in a maybe non-traditional romantic way, but I have been battling this cold.
Oh.
And so he went into work. He went into work late for me today so that I could sleep in, and he brought the kids to school.
So when I hear non-traditional, I'm thinking whips, chains, stuff like that.
Yeah, right.
No, I thought that was normal, Rex.
That is for me.
I mean,
But
we are cut from the same cloth, I think.
What a loving gesture, though. To let mom sleep in just a
I'm
little.
afraid of my wife. I have to let her sleep. She's still sleeping. I tiptoed in there just to get dressed and leave.
Lindsay, thank you for doing this. I don't
Cutting
know.
out for some reason.
I don't know how many years you guys have been doing this Lonnie Wade Memorial Scholarship Fund.
It's a great thing.
Dinner and silent auction, but I know it's been a long time.
Yeah, this is year 5.
All right.
Wow.
That's cool as hell, man. I love
Perfect.
it. Things start at what time? 4 o'clock.
Everything starts at 4. So the dinner starts at 4, and the bidding starts at 4 because we have like thousands of dollars worth of silent auction stuff. The bidding will stop at 7:30. You will be able to eat right up until 8. So we have plenty of stuff that will just be food that will be rotating out. So if people can't get there until later than 4, that's absolutely fine. But yeah, like I said, the bidding will end at 7:30, and we'll announce the winners at 8 p.m. If you are not there, but you are a winner, we'll contact you the next day and figure out how to get you your prizes.
Any particular donations or sponsors or anyone that you want to throw some love at?
Oh, what? You want me to get the list out?
Well, I mean, it's just here's your opportunity. I mean,
Right?
there's a lot of great businesses that do this, and I'm guessing, Rex, that at 7:30 there's going to be some last second bidders who are going to try to outbid the other guy.
I love doing silent auctions to see how competitive people get. Some people will sit there, like several different people, if there's something that is attracting more than one person or whatever, and they will bid, and they'll go like 50 cents higher than each other.
Yeah, I did that to Rex one year. He smashed a beer bottle over my head. Pissed me off good. I still haven't forgotten about it.
I got a pizza oven that way because I was bidding against a guy on a pizza oven, and I pulled it up and I was like, "Oh no, you can have it. That's more than retail." He was like, "Oh, I'm not bidding no more." I'm lying through my teeth. I got that pizza oven.
Oh my goodness.
The smoker I paid about 3 times retail.
Well, look where your money's going, man.
It was for a good cause.
Go ahead, Lindsay. You go ahead, honey.
Okay. So one of our biggest supporters is Lowry Auto. Jane and Bill donate so much every year. So they're one. Nelson's is one. The Corey. Excuse me while I cough. Pump and Pantry. Cheryl and Scott McCarthy donated maple syrup. Wilkins always donates. Just trying to read off some of this. O'Maddy's from Northfield, Pearl Street Pizza. A lot of these came from a lot of our donations came from people, not businesses. So I'm not going to throw their names out there because some people don't like that.
Yeah.
But those are some of the businesses just like off the top of my head that I could list to you guys.
It's going to be a lot of fun. And again, it's tomorrow.
Are you going to be there,
afternoon.
JD?
You know what?
Oh, we should go have a couple drinks down there.
I'm probably going to be at the, and I hope Sherilyn's not listening this morning, but I'm probably going to be at the Harris Hill event down in Brattleboro, which is something I used to do as a kid. And I don't know. I'm watching the weather. If depending, I think the weather's supposed to be kicking into gear around dark or so on Saturday night. So we'll see what happens. I got to kind of map this out and plan it out a little bit. But Lindsay, thank you for coming on the air with us this morning.
Yeah, of course. I'm sorry that I couldn't be there in person.
Yeah, no, that's all right. Are you feeling better?
I am feeling like so much better, but just my energy's low, and
lots
I'm
of zinc,
drinking.
vitamin C.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm having some tea this morning because my voice is a little bit different, if you can hear that.
Yeah.
You know what's made a huge difference for me was I have a steam sauna in my house. And so as soon as I start to get sick, I start hammering that sauna every single day.
So I'll text you later. I need to use your sauna.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, Rex keeps inviting me to come into the sauna with him.
Yeah, it's a two-person sauna.
Just
we
the
get
two
in
of
there.
us alone, and it's really starting to make me feel uncomfortable. But anyway,
I don't know if we need the little steamer on the outside to make it hot in there, though, buddy.
God,
Boy.
oh my God. Thank you, Lindsay. Thanks for coming on with us.
You guys have a great day. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy
Valentine's Day.
God, Rex, how the hell are you, man? We have a bunch of stuff to get to this morning and talk about, but first of all, happy Friday, happy Valentine's Day today. I think I have a couple of birthdays before my
it's your birthday.
Before my stuff crashes here, which I know it's going to happen, but it's Shelly Brissett's birthday today.
Oh, Shelly.
Yeah.
Shelly and Cass.
Should we say
Great
how old
people.
she is? Should I say how old she is?
She's I think she turns 32 today. She's getting up there. Shelly's a good shit.
32.
Yep, Shelly.
And 32 is how much? 32 and 32 is 64? Is that right?
I don't know why you'd ever say anything like that.
I don't know why I would either. Tracy Taylor? Really? Oh, my God. I can't believe it's Tracy's birthday. Old radio girl that I just adore her still. Colton.
Whoa, that guy's flying.
Oh, yeah. There was somebody. I saw that out of the corner of my eye.
Holy
Somebody just went down Main Street going.
With a loader. Wow.
I know. Colton Doolin on the birthday list today. Todd Osmer is celebrating one today. That guy saved my ass one time. I'll never forget it. Literally prevented my... If it's the same Todd Osmer I'm thinking of.
Oh, I know Todd Hosmer.
It might not
Tall,
be the
skinny,
same one.
redheaded guy?
No, I'm thinking of a different one.
That's what I'm talking
Lonnie Keene on the birthday list today at 51. Stephen Duranlo is 40. Duranlo, 47. 47 today. Nicholas Catarat, 61.
Cataract.
Catarat. What did I say? Catarat?
Yeah.
I always do.
I know you do.
Catarat.
Get at it.
Catarat. Did I just do a little dance there? Desiree Kaiser on the birthday list, and I think that's it. So Cass and
Shelly, they used to do the Bikers for Beth.
Yep.
That was big for them. This year the recipient is my cousin Eddie.
Really?
Yeah, Eddie Sanborn. Actually, his nephew Lewis he's got stage 5 stomach cancer. He's in hospice, but I think Eddie has stomach cancer now also. I know he was fighting Parkinson and
so you're going to be riding in May.
Yeah, it's actually Samantha Payette. It's her dad.
Okay.
Samantha and Travis.
Okay.
You know Travis
Yeah,
Payette.
of course.
Yeah, it's his father-in-law that the ride's
man.
for.
Wow.
Eddie.
Wow.
Yeah.
May's going to be here soon, man.
May is coming so quick. I can't wait for May to get here.
Hey, I'm getting word that there's some pretty heavy law enforcement presence that are shooting radar this morning on the big road, on the interstates. Not only 91, but 89 too. So.
You mean the revenue service?
I was just going to say, it's happy,
time to hit that quota. What the hell?
Happy Valentine's Day.
Right.
I
mean, they're out there because you got people. Well, back in the day when I was young, I would probably start drinking because it's 9 o'clock and it's Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So things have changed a lot since we were younger. I was just speaking to somebody this morning and we were talking about the lengths you can go to defend yourself here in Vermont. And the length is very short. We do not have a stand your ground law. You can get in trouble by two ways. The biggest way to get yourself in trouble is opening your mouth and talking to the police. You are not, unless you're a lawyer, you have nothing to say to a cop because they are smarter than you. And I tell them that. I'm saying, hey, man, I'm just too dumb to talk to you guys. I'd rather not talk to you until I have a lawyer present so I don't stick my foot in my mouth. It's pretty simple. If you want to brag about what you did to somebody, and not so much brag, but they become your friends. They want you to tell every single thing that you say is going to be used against you. If you have a way to escape a situation, it is not a self-defense situation. If you are in a vehicle and the person gets out of the vehicle and you get out and you chase that person around to that vehicle to confront them, it is 100% your fault. If you hurt them people, you will be charged with it. This is Vermont. We talk about this in our self-defense classes. We talk about the laws, especially if you're a man. A female has a little more leeway because they're physically... they're not as physically large. They're not when it comes to a man. You have a lot more leeway when it comes to a female protecting herself versus a man. You're the man. Think about it, guys. We have asked the government to come and protect us. So now, do you carry a cop on your hip? No. So the only way to defend yourself is to call somebody else to come and help you defend yourself. So this is what we've come to. So you need to be careful, especially in Vermont. Florida's a different story. Florida, every state is different. But, we all guys have that delusion of this big, how the fight should go down and stuff like that. And it's just not, once all the romance and all that stuff is gone out of your head, now there's consequences. And I'm 50 years old, man. I've been in fights down at Lindsay's. Lindsay's like the coolest. Lindsay calms me right now. Like Lindsay will stand right in front of me and get in my face, and she knows I won't hit her or anything. So that's she'll calm me down. If a guy gets in my face, we're fighting. Like I get to that point, and I'm like, ah. But there's always consequences. Luckily when I grew up, we had mutual combat. People didn't. If you got into a fist fight, it was just a fist fight. Now there's no such thing as just a fist fight. Somebody's going to jail over it.
Yeah.
So I try not to fight. I don't want to fight outside the gym anymore. I like my freedom way too much.
Yeah.
And I know if a dummy grabs a hold of me, I will fucking hurt him. So I avoid it. I have to. So that's how I do my drinking. So I don't drink too much whiskey and get on lawn and act stupid.
Yep. I hear you, man.
Talking about that, you know what tonight is?
What's tonight?
Tonight is the first Japanese jiu-jitsu class, Yamake's Aiki Jiu-Jitsu. This class is
at Granite City MMA?
Yeah, 6 o'clock. We're doing this specifically at night on a Friday night. So people can get out of work and come there. This particular class is free for law enforcement and first responders.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I let Sophia's mom know last night, so she didn't get out of work till 5, so that's what made us do it for 6 o'clock.
We're gonna get Sophia in here sometime.
Yeah, the problem is you got to pick a different day than a Friday because she's doing private lessons with.
Yeah. How old is Sophia now?
About 19,
And
19, 20 years old.
what happened this past weekend?
She lost the fight.
Where?
Combat Zone down
Okay.
in New Hampshire.
Okay.
She fought a real tough kid. The girl was a high-level wrestler. Coming out of a really decent camp. That girl's going to be tough. They'll probably meet up again at some point. First round, that girl came out and whacked Sophia. I thought she was going to knock her out. And it kind of got into Sophia's head. Sophia got mad, threw away a bunch of technique, got taken down. Second round, in between rounds, Lucas made adjustments. He got her back into her headspace, said, hey, calm down. Don't abandon your technique. She came back out, second round, did really good, pieced the girl up, won the second round. Third round, the other girl made adjustments. So both the coaches were making adjustments. So that's how you know you're fighting high-level people at that point.
Wow.
This
That's
is
fascinating, man.
Yeah, so then they made adjustments. They're like, okay, you can't stand and bang with Sophia. Look at your face. Your eye is swollen, almost shut. They had to bring a doctor in to look at the girl's eye. Sophia, start her combination. That girl walk right through it, level change, throw her on the ground. And that was frustrating. Sophia was just being pinned to the ground, being wrestle fucked.
Yeah.
So, but that makes a huge difference in the eyes of the judges. Even though when they both stood up, one girl's face was just completely beat up. The other girl looked like she was just got done running a marathon.
Sure.
But that makes no difference whatsoever. So they look at significant strikes. And when I say a significant strike, yes, that Sophia hit that girl twice coming in. But it didn't stop her forward motion. That's how they consider it. So she ate those punches, level change, took her down. It's incredibly hard to hold somebody pinned to the ground that doesn't want to be pinned to the ground. If you don't believe me, grab any person on the street, try to throw them on their back and hold them there. It's really hard, even when they don't have training. So there's a lot that judges during MMA will give to wrestlers. They'll give to that. So the third round ended up being she lost the fight with a decision coming to the third round, and it came down to the takedowns. But it's an amateur fight.
Yeah, right. I was
Records start all over at professional.
Sherilyn and I were looking at the calendar last night, and we're like, oh my God, it's already the middle of February.
Oh, no, you're going to give me anxiety.
We're a month away from like St. Paddy's Day, minus a few days, and then right after that is the Battle in Barrie.
Yes, March 22nd.
Talk to me.
So
Barrie Auditorium.
Yep. The main event is probably one of the biggest fights in New England right now. There's not a bigger fight right now. When I did my live and I announced it, we already have over 7,000 views just from that one live. We are bringing down Ryan Sandberg. That's his name, is the Ryan. The dude is tough. He fought Michael Venom Page in Bellator. He's the number one ranked guy in the Northeast. He's the number one ranked guy in New England. He's ranked 190th pound for pound out of 20,000 people, 20,000 welterweights.
What's his weight?
Welterweight, 170 pounds.
Okay.
So he's 190 pound for pound in all of North America, Canada, United States. All of North America, he is ranked 200 out of 20,000 professional middleweight.
Wow,
So
man.
he's coming to Vermont. He fights out of Primo Bellarussa's gym in Maine. He's 23-11, and he's just number one throughout. And he's going to be fighting Chris Peralt. Chris Peralt is the number 12 ranked undefeated fighter. So Ryan was supposed to fight
And
Kyle
a local
Hill.
fighter out of Granite City MMA.
Yeah, he had 7 amateur fights. He went undefeated, and now he's going on. He's got 3 professional undefeated fights. So he's 10. I mean, all in all, he's 10-0.
Is it camp time now?
Oh, he's in camp. He's 100% in camp. Then we have Sergey Uskovich fighting Aiden Dobo for the Small Glove Muay Thai Amateur ISKA New England title. So there's another title. We have another title fight coming on, and this will be a 135-pound Muay Thai title. I have to confirm it, though. We're just waiting. We also have Vinny Constantino coming from New York. He's another big name over in New York. Vinny fights out of Atlas BJJ.
Even if I knew how to fight, I would never fight anyone by the name Vinny, ever.
Right?
I wouldn't.
Fuck that guy. I'm not fighting no Vinnies.
I'm not fighting a Vinny. Next thing you know, I'm chopped up in someone's trunk somewhere.
Fucking guy's pulling brass knuckles out of his fight shorts just to finish you off.
Exactly.
And then look at the ref. What the fuck are you talking about?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, exactly.
Look what you've done to the Glenn Brummerts of the world.
I know, right?
The folks who have never been to an event like this, a Battle in Barrie, who go one time, and that's all it takes. Now they're like, when's the next one? When's the next one? When's the next
Absolutely.
one? I mean,
We're already starting to build our June card because we have so
Is that
many
the next
fights.
one?
We have so many teams. Ever since we switched out our sanctioning bodies,
Yeah.
it made a huge difference.
yeah.
When you bring on,
All right, so that's the next fight in June.
yeah.
Okay.
So March 22nd, June 7th, September 13th, and December 6th.
Are you writing this all down, Glenn?
Glenn will be the first one to know.
I know.
Absolutely.
Bobby
We're trying to book one of the slap fighting guys. Yeah, he does MMA and slap
Oh
fighting.
my God, I would love that.
Yeah, he's fought for us before.
Bobby Bartlett.
Yes.
He says that he's tossed you a few times.
Bobby?
Or no, you've tossed him.
Okay, yeah. No, Bobby's son used to come in and trade. Bobby used to come train with me.
Yeah.
I'm siding Bobby's house right now. I built him a tiny home on his front lawn for
Yeah.
his mother-in-law.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
he's a presenting sponsor now. He was just in here. the
Oh,
other
no
day,
way.
Talking about insurance the whole time.
Absolutely. He's a great dude to have as a sponsor.
And a
I
very
send
talented,
everybody down.
very
man.
talented drummer, too, I guess.
He's a rock star, man. Look at him. Look at how can you not know he's a rock star? He's got beautiful hair. Lucky bastard.
I know. I know. Will Bobby be at the March 22 fight?
Probably.
All right.
Yeah, his son. So a funny story. I got to tell you a funny story about his son. So his son comes in and he's really, really nervous because he's not really from around here. They moved down here a few years ago. He was going to the I think it was Barrytown. He was going to Barrytown. Well, he comes into Granite City MMA and he's a really shy kid. Him and his brother come in and I was like, what is your goal? You know, what do you want to get out of the self-defense class? Stuff like this. He goes, well,
Did you know this was Bobby's kid?
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, that's why I pull him aside. I want to know, you know, what do you want to get out of self-defense? He's like, well, I'm starting high school next year, and I'm really, really nervous. And I remember that feeling, man. When I came from Barrytown, and I had to come to the city, and I was scared of all the city kids. We had to do this tour, and they told us don't go in the bathrooms in between. I seriously thought like someone was going to beat me up and boot me up with heroin in the bathrooms at Spalding High School. I just remember being so scared. And I was like, all right, man, we're going to train for all summer long. We're going to train is what we're going to do. I said, but the other thing that you're going to do is you're going to buy yourself a Granite City MMA sweatshirt.
Okay.
And the first day of school, you're going to wear that fucking sweatshirt. So we train. He builds up his confidence. And the very first day, he wears his Granite City MMA sweatshirt, right? And so he comes back to self-defense class after going to school. And I said, hey, man, how did your first day of school? He goes, oh, yes, it was awesome. I said, did anybody fuck with you? He goes, no, once they saw that Granite City MMA sweatshirt, they just wanted to talk about fighting and how cool the place was. It's because we're a family, man. We don't, like, if you're walking through school and you see another kid with a Granite City MMA shirt on, you know.
Yes.
You know, you guys relate right then and there. And if you saw somebody getting beat up with with a Granite City MMA shirt, you better hope nobody else is around with a Granite City MMA shirt on either.
What time do things start tonight over at Granite City MMA?
6 o'clock.
All right. Public is welcome to stop by.
Absolutely. First class
have a
is
look.
free. Come check it out.
Really?
Yep.
Check it out.
Come check it out. If you like it, sign up.
And just look for Rex. Just look for the bald head.
I'm not hard to find inside the gym.
Yep.
It's really easy. Walk into the church doors. And,
Bald head.
Yeah, you'll see me in there. I'll have a white gi and a black belt on. That's me.
What was I going to say?
I don't know, man.
Tickets for the Battle in Barrie.
Yes.
On March 22.
Yep.
DonnieBrookFightPromotions.com.
Yes.
All right.
Facebook, we have an event page. You can buy the tickets right through the event page. You can go in. If you can't make it, you can buy the pay-per-view.
All right.
Yeah.
Which is a good it's a good link to have at your fingertips because let's be honest.
So even
a lot of us are getting ill at the last minute, and if we feel like shit, but we still want to catch the fight, you can get the pay-per-view.
Right. Mm-hmm. So the other thing is, for support for Donnybrook, if you enjoy these shows and you really, you'd like to see them continue and stuff like that, even if you can't make it, an easy way to support it is you go to the event page and invite people or share the event page for our Donnybrook. That's a huge help for us to get the word out because we have too many people in Barrie City that don't know about our fights. We're drawing people in from New York, Rutland,
yes,
everywhere else, but the people of Barrie are missing out that we have the shows going on. So if you like the shows, you like having them out there, please share our events, share our posts from Donnybrook, Instagram, stuff like that.
Yep.
You don't have to share my political posts. Those are on my private page. I keep them off my Donnybrook page.
Thank God. And and
all hail President Musk.
Go on and go on the go on the city page and post some comments about this event. I mean, that happens how many times per year?
4 times.
4 times at the Barrie Auditorium.
So we went through.
Look what that does to the local economy. We're talking about fighters and their teams.
We spend alone on the hotel over $8,000 just on hotel rooms each event. Locally. Yeah.
And then they're hitting restaurants.
Yep. They're at the Quarry. They're at the Cornerstone. They're over at the Firehouse.
Sure.
Yeah, they love going up and down out here.
Make sure the city knows how much you enjoy these events.
We do. We had a big sit down with Nicholas and the new building manager that took over for Jeff.
Yep.
And that was the thing is after every single one of those we didn't understand there was some tension between us in the city and I really didn't understand it. And Nicholas was like, well, it's a burden on us. And I was like, what do you mean? And so we had the meeting and we sat down and we talked like adults. We didn't scream at each other or anything like that. And he explained to us, he's like, you're supposed to be cleaning up after this. I was like, we were told that was part of when we rented it, that was part of it. I was like, why are we just hearing that? This is Battle in Barrie 16. And so I like Jeff and everything else, but Jeff was more of a people pleaser. So whoever came on, he would tell you what you wanted to hear. So instead of telling us the truth, being like, hey, you need to have a cleanup crew, he didn't want to, disappoint us or whatever. So never said anything until it turned into he was gone. Now there's a bunch of hostility between us and the city that we didn't even know was there. So I'm glad we had that sit down and talk to them. Communication is huge.
Of course.
And it makes things even worse when you have somebody in charge that doesn't know how to communicate.
Yeah. DonnieBrookFightPromotions.com again to get your tickets and get them because it's going to be here quickly. A little bit more than a month away.
Yep, absolutely. The card's already full. We will have between 13 to 15 professional and amateur fights.
Let's say kudos to Brenda, to Taylor, to Hunter. your whole family is Donnybrook Fight Promotions.
100%.
It's not just you.
Yep. No, it's not. My daughter is the biggest part of it.
Yeah.
I'm the matchmaker, but she does all the videography. She does everything, the websites. She runs everything.
All the branding, all the imaging, everything.
Yeah. We just hired a new advertising specialist. And he's going around to businesses right now and offering our advertising packages if anybody would like to advertise. Because we're reaching out. Just this month alone, we had a reach of over 78,000 people in 1 month. And that's during our slow time. That means we are reaching out over 1 million people just on Facebook alone in a year.
Isn't that amazing?
And our to be able to advertise is so cheap compared to what you're getting on radio, TV, and our reach goes beyond those people.
Anyone you want to throw some love at?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You know, first of all, the presenting sponsor is me, Barslow Construction. It's my daughter. I put the most amount of money in there. Then we have The Source with Gabe Cole up there. We have Kidder's Kidder's Interiors. Those guys, the Comfort Inn, Wilkins, Harley Davidson. We have so many sponsors. Harrington's Food. I need to say something about Harrington's Food there because I've been watching them poor kids get trashed online, man.
What are you talking about?
There was a bunch of granite workers that were upset that they didn't have enough breakfast sandwiches or weren't open on time. So they wanted to boycott the business.
What?
Yep.
Come on.
Oh, yeah. They were absolutely trash. So let's just talk about a little backstory of these people that are running that business. They are a young family.
Damn good family.
That kid is working 80 to 90 hours a week trying to get his family together, trying to raise a family, trying to start a business. They are some of the hardest working people. Are they making mistakes? Fuck yeah. They've never owned a business. They have to ride this wave through it, but go in and talk to them. They're good people. They really, really are. But, you know, and when you trash a small business like that online, you can absolutely shut that business down. Unlike a big corporate McDonald's or somebody that fucks your order up. Doesn't affect corporate at all. But you can absolutely affect a small business.
It's a local family. And
they're
great
and
people,
their
man.
biggest beef was because they were supposed to be open at 6:30, but they weren't making it there in time. Okay? Well, have you seen all their little kids? They're trying to get ready, get them together, and they're trying to go open a store, plus get kids to school. Good for them for trying to get that done. So they adjusted that already. They said, hey, we can't guarantee to be open by 6:30, so they changed their time to 7. They're working on the breakfast sandwiches and stuff like that, but just remember those people, and it's awesome to get all your friends to bash people online and stuff like that. And that's, you know, that's really cool, and it makes your heart feel really good getting all that attention and stuff. But just remember, those are your neighbors. Those are the people. So if your goal is to put them out of business and trash a neighbor, that's cool. But just remember that, man.
Thanks for saying that, man. I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah. But they're right. They're unhappy customers. We all know you can't make everybody happy. But is it worth the extreme because you didn't get your breakfast sandwich that morning to try to put a family out of business?
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, great point.
I get it though. We have become 2025 is the year of me.
Yeah.
That's what it should. That should be the motto for 2025, the year of me.
I have something that I want to read this morning. I said last night I was going to post that. I posted up last night that I was going to read it this morning on the air, and I would love to get your take on it if you don't mind. Biz Journals just had something that I just caught, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to post this up because I'm interested to hear what you have to say, but I'm also very interested to see what others have to say about this. Hiring managers have a dim view of new graduates, so much so that many would rather use a robot or artificial intelligence than hire someone right out of college. And we were talking about AI quite a bit.
Hey, the landscape's changing. We've gone through this for years. Old Bob LePage, when Bob LePage took over the sand pit over here. His father had a truck and a shovel. And he called Bob lazy for trying to get a bucket loader. He was like, Dad, it's so much faster to get a bucket loader. They were hand loading trucks with shovels. And his dad accused him of being lazy for wanting to buy a loader. So we go through this. I mean, technology changes.
Yeah. Industries change.
Absolutely.
All the time.
Instead of paying somebody $20 an hour at McDonald's, install a machine to take your order.
And we talked about that yesterday. Joe was on the air yesterday and had a mouthful to say about this. About we've got robots making pizzas now. It says when given a choice, 37% of hiring managers. Again, this is from Biz Journals. 37% of hiring managers surveyed by Workplace Intelligence on behalf of Hult International Business School said they would rather have a robot or AI do the job than hire a new graduate from college graduate. 44% said they would rather give the job to an existing freelancer instead of a new graduate, and 45% would rather recruit and hire a worker who's been retired than bring on a graduate. 30% even said they would rather leave the position unfilled if the only other choice was filling it with a new college graduate. Wow. The sentiments come despite 41% of the respondents saying that their organization is a, quote, struggling a great deal.
Bro, I went through this.
To find talent, and 47% said their company is somewhat struggling. So why are hiring professionals so down on
age,
new graduates?
Age.
My God. Comment
So-
here. New graduates feel entitled, and businesses don't have time for individual entitlements. No appreciation for the workforce. Young people feel too entitled. The youth complain and say it's not fair. Bunch of spoiled babies.
Okay, so that's one perspective. I dealt with it when I first got out of the military. So I joined the Army when I was 17 years old. I got out of the Army the first time I was 19 years old, getting ready to turn 20 years old. I was a squad leader. I had a lot of responsibility. I had built up my responsibility in 2 years in the infantry. I felt I had leadership skills. I had a lot of responsibility as a 19-year-old, but I couldn't drink. There was a lot of things I couldn't do. I got shot at before I could ever have my first legal drink.
Beer. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but when I got out, businesses looked at me as a punk little kid. Like, I ended up just getting in trouble around here. I joined the military. I was like, I can't. I'm going to end up in jail or get a girl pregnant out here. I need to get back away from Vermont. Because employers, no matter what, even though you may have all the qualifications and everything else, they still view you as a young kid. And they don't want to. Nobody wants to listen. You have a bunch of. I remember dealing with this in construction too. You would come along and you'd be like, hey man, I just went through, you shouldn't frame like this. And they would look right at you and they'd be like, who the fuck are you? I've been doing construction for 20 years. I am not going to listen to you. So maybe egos are getting in the way. Maybe there's a perception.
Yeah.
We don't trust the young people. We never have. And that's been throughout the years. Now we call them just woke liberals or whatever.
And
But it's always a different scenario on why the kids are no good. My parents, their parents, they've always said the same thing. Can't fucking trust the kids. Rah! You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
what's changing? Oh, you know what's changing? New generations of people coming up through seeing the same old stuff we've seen for years.
Well, G just
Yep.
posted, your generation didn't grow up with the entitlement thought process that the youth today have. Totally different mindset now. Biz Journals continues.
I
here.
agree. So my kids, I agree with some of that stuff too. I think it works both ways. But my kids, we've sat down and talked about this. Kids today take life more serious than a job. We were trained, your job first,
Oh, yeah.
then life.
Oh, hell yeah.
Kids are like, why? You have one. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I am going to live my life, and then guess what? I'll work the rest of my life until I die.
Well, that's been a shift even more so since COVID, I think. At
Yeah.
least that's my opinion.
I think people are seeing more of their self-worth. Those days, and I still have friends of mine that own businesses, and they're like, you can't fucking hire anybody. Well, how are you hiring people? I tried to hire 4 guys at $14 an hour, and not a one of them would climb up on this roof. I was like, yeah, no shit.
Damn.
Believe that, huh?
Biz Journals continues here saying, according to the research, 52% agree or strongly agree that new college graduates don't have the right skill sets. Additionally, 55% agree or strongly agree with the idea that new grads don't know how to work well on a team, and 49%,
Oh, yeah.
49% agree or strongly agree that they have poor business etiquette. 60% agree that they avoid hiring new grads because those new employees don't have enough real world experience.
Yep.
54% say that it costs too much to train them. This, again, is all in Biz Journals. The source if you want to read more about it.
Well, I wonder what they say about
unbelievable.
I wonder what they say about people coming out of trade schools. Do they say the same thing about trade schools, or is it just certain sectors? But I could absolutely see that. I wouldn't want somebody fresh out of college, with no business experience whatsoever. I could absolutely see that.
When I went to high school,
and it's hard because you have an ego. You just went to school. Like, say you went to school for 6 years or 8 years, and you got a master's degree, and then this guy looks down on you.
Yeah, right.
It's the same thing. When I got out of the infantry, and these people, I was like, motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've got 2 nephews.
It's hard. You get 2 egos clashing.
Yeah, I got 2 nephews that are in school right now in college, and I'd love.
You're
to have
almost
them on
better
the air.
off to go to the workforce first, get some experience, and then go to college.
Yeah,
I think college could be a huge help to your experience. I think college is hard to start. You know what I mean? Come out, just go. If you're just going to school, and then you come out for a job. It's with no. I mean, I could see that. That would be.
When I went to high school, the big thing
was that back when they top-loaded rifles.
The big thing was
slavery.
Was the core curriculum. It was science, math, social studies, English.
Yeah.
There wasn't an auto department in my high school. There wasn't a building trades department. I wish that there was.
That's because you know who used to teach us that stuff? Our grandparents.
That's right.
Did we talk about this before?
Have you seen me, Rex, try to screw 2 2x4s together? Have you ever witnessed it?
Yeah, we don't let you have power tools.
Have you seen me try to put up wainscoting?
Stick to podcasting.
Have you seen me?
Yes, I have.
Try to screw a light bulb in
to podcasting.
Yeah, I know. Buddy.
I think every kid should learn a trade on their way up through, especially like grade school coming up through. You should have basic building skills, because that is really like those life skills.
Yeah.
When everything hits, when the shit really hits the fan, or they caught it, you need to have a skill.
I mean, listen, I'm making fun of myself. I mean, I could do some real basics. I can change a tire on my car.
You could probably work on a car. I cannot work on vehicles. I fucking hate it.
Well, I can change a flat, and I can change my oil. Not the goddamn windshield wipers, though. Can't do. I haven't figured that out.
You know what I ran into? This was the wildest thing that I had never run into. I grew up really, really fucking poor. You know what I mean? And we always figured things out. We always.
You had to.
You had to. Then I got out of the Army. and we're going to fast forward like 10 years or whatnot, and I ran into people that would literally lay down and die. Like, hoop, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to do? Don't know. I'm going to go back to bed now.
You know what I do? I call Barslow Construction.
No, but I mean,
I know what you're saying.
there's just like there's a whole generation of people that were taught to give up. Like, there's no, when did that, I don't understand how that came about. Like,
Taylor, we just got a comment from someone named Taylor that says, as a soon-to-be graduate, where would they expect me to get experience if nobody is willing to take a chance and give someone the experience so many places require nowadays?
get into the field first before going to college. It's going to be a real problem. I don't have the solution to that, but that's a real problem.
Yeah.
I own a business, and that would be hard for me to just take somebody that has book experience only and try to apply it to a real world. So we deal with this, once again, we deal with it in construction. Engineers and architects will build you things that look beautiful on paper. But when it comes to applying it in real life, it's just not practical. Mm-hmm. It's not.
Yeah.
It's just not. So there's things that cannot be taught in a book that have to be like the art of a negotiation, networking, being in a business and just networking, representing that business. Those are things that are not, you have to learn.
Yeah.
You know, and True. Even my daughter, like my daughter's never been to college, but I'm teaching her to run a business. Same with my son. We invested into them so that they can learn how to run a business.
And they're kicking ass.
Yeah, they're doing all
right. They really are, both of them.
They're doing all right.
I just want to say this morning, as we couple of things I want to get out before we close out here. I mean, it's already 10 o'clock.
Holy shit.
Joe Altsworth.
What's old Joe doing?
Well, he's a busy guy this morning. I was hoping to get him on the air, but here's the message that I wanted to get Joe on the air for. With the snow that's coming, and Joe has been coming on the air with me for a long time to push this message. When we have a lot of snow coming.
Yep.
First and foremost,
don't park your fucking cars on the street. Is that good enough, Joe? Like, you idiots, you know it's fucking coming. I think you should just have Putney lined right up and towing them away. No warnings, no nothing. Like, if you're that dumb or that lazy, and that's what I'm talking about. That, like, there's a whole generation of people like, snow's coming, I should probably move my car, but then I'd have to walk an extra 10 feet if I park my car over there. Fuck it. They'll probably just tow my car with all my tools inside of it. Now I won't have a job. Woe me, fucking government.
Oh, yeah. Joe is always pushing the message with me, and
he's a city where he can't say the shit I can.
That's right. I'll push the message for Joe this morning because he's too busy to hop on the air with us. Not only what you just said so beautifully and eloquently.
Absolutely. I have a way with words.
God, do you ever? I mean, it's amazing. Just love is in the air here on Valentine's Day. But check on your neighbors. When we get when we get a foot of snow, man, it's like if your neighbors are disabled, if they're elderly.
Yeah, if you go over there, you notice their driveway and there's no tracks out or anything. Check on your fucking neighbors.
Check on your neighbors. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, wait, we don't do that. This is 2023, the year of me.
Check on not only your neighbors to make sure they're okay and that their heat is on, but also some basic safety stuff like
your vents, your heating vents come out. Those things will get, what'll happen is the snow will build up because your venting is down low.
Right.
And they'll build up and build ice around it and you'll stop getting heat. So make sure your vents are cleared out.
And make sure your gas meters are cleared out too so that they're not hit by a shovel or a plow or anything like that. Don't clear out these vents and stuff or meters with a shovel. Use a broom.
Yeah. Same thing on your roof. If you feel like you got a pile up there, what makes people's roofs leak, especially this time of the year, has nothing to do with a bad roof. It has to do with bad insulation.
Yeah. Wow. True.
So what happens is you start a leak as a small leak goes in there, and then as soon as water hits your insulation is no longer working.
Right.
That has to be pulled out and replaced.
Have you ever known anyone that's had a roof experience like that?
I know every single year people call me up. I have a bad roof. My roof's leaking.
Yeah.
Nope. It's the middle of winter. Did it leak when it was raining this summer? Nope. So what absolutely happened was you got a leak at some point. Your insulation was bad, or you didn't have any insulation.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, well, where all the ice is, that's where I have so much insulation. You're absolutely right.
Yep.
Because the snow is melting up where there's no insulation. The water's running down to the bottom, hits the cold part of your roof, builds an ice dam. Then the water hits and it starts to run backwards up underneath your shingles and leak into
underneath the shingles. Exactly.
So if your roof starts leaking this time of the year, you need to get up there. Don't smash it off with a hatchet.
Right.
Your best bet is to throw up the hockey pucks. They sell them. They're called roof melt. You can throw them right up on your roof, and what they'll do is as they dissolve, they'll create chaseways to let the water release from your roof.
Really?
Yeah. You can stop a roof leak like instantly just by shoveling the snow, getting the ice and water on.
Wow. I also want to say, space heaters. Don't heat your home with your gas stove. If you got a space heater, don't run the kerosene heater in the house.
Some little tricks that you can do if you have flower pots, turn them upside down, put a candle underneath them.
Oh my God, I've seen that hack.
Yeah, and then put a oscillating fan.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yep.
I've never tried it.
It works. It's a radiant heat because you get that stone hot and it stays hot for a long time. If you have electric heaters or radiant heaters, you could put stones on top of it. If you have a Rinnai, you could put an actual stone on top of it. Make sure it's a heating stone, and then they'll hold the heat for much longer.
Generators, listen.
Generators, a lot of people get confused with a generator. They run a homeowner's generator and don't realize they're not supposed to be run 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
And when you burn them out, they won't replace them either.
Becky's asking, where do you buy them? Nelson's, one of our presenting sponsors, they have them.
Nelson's is probably one of the best because they have Ace and they carry Generac generators.
Yes.
And Generac is like
very good,
inexpensive, but it's a super good generator. All my Generacs have lasted years.
Speaking of Nelson's, and speaking of generators, they also have CO2 detectors, which it's important this time of year to.
My mom almost died from carbon monoxide poisoning because we lived in a trailer back in the day. Trailers are just anonymous for
CO2.
CO2. Yeah, me and my brother, we started not feeling well, getting headaches, so we went outside and played, and then we came back in, and my mom was out. They called. I was a little kid. I just remember the ambulance and everything. And
that's serious.
To the day
shit,
she
man.
died, like even the fumes of gasoline would give her a raging headache. Yeah, CO2 poisoning is no joke.
No joke. They've got the detectors over at Nelson's. They also have smoke detectors and fire alarms too.
Electric heaters.
Yeah.
Biggest cause of fires with electric heaters.
Oh, Becky wants to know where we find the roof hockey pucks.
So same thing, Ace.
All right.
Right over there, Ace carries them. Abishans carries them. They're called roof melt.
All right. What are you saying about the
electric heaters? The problem with space heaters and what happens with people is they put an extension cord. They'll use like a small, thin extension cord that runs like Christmas lights or something like that. When you run a space heater, do not run it off of anything bigger than a 25-foot, like a 10 gauge, like a heavy gauge wire. Otherwise, you're taking a chance of starting a fire in your house.
And not necessarily.
Or plug it in direct.
Not necessarily, plug it in direct. Not necessarily a fire that's starting in the heater, but rather in the goddamn wall.
That's right.
Which is scary, man.
Yeah, the cords burn up all the time. They do that. They'll melt right in place and start a fire.
On the other side of the plug.
No, the extension cord. Right at the extension cord, it'll start a fire right where you plug it into the extension cord.
Crazy shit, man. Nelson's also has shovels. They have roof rakes. They have rock salt. They have snow blowers. They have Gas.
Hey, remember
I
talking
should
about
say-
Bobby Bartlett?
Yeah.
Non-maintenance of your roof. If your roof leaks because you have an ice buildup and a backup,
Yeah.
your insurance will not cover non-maintenance. Just know that. And it doesn't matter if you have a brand new roof on your roof. They're not made to hold water.
Sure.
They're made to shed water.
Yeah.
So if you create a block and water backs up through, I don't care if you have a brand new roof on there,
Yeah.
it will leak inside your house.
Great point. The snowblowers over at Nelson's are both electric and gas. They have both. And I should say this too, being that it's Valentine's Day, even last minute Valentine's Day gift ideas. You
Yeah,
can get over to Nelson's.
We have a big storm coming up. We have guys with shovels and ladders. If you need somebody to shovel your roofs with the amount of snow coming, just contact Barslow Construction.
Really?
802-249-3276. We always have guys available with shovels and ladders.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially for the big storms.
And I also want to say this. If you know someone who is a veteran, an elderly veteran,
Anyone elderly. They don't have to be a veteran. Anybody elderly.
Anyone elderly. But just, get over and, offer to
Fucking
help.
grumpy old veterans.
Hey. Speaking
I
of
love
veterans,
them
man,
miserable old
you seen
pricks.
everything they've got going on over at the Post 10?
No.
Oh, they have so much going on over
At
there.
the Legion?
Yes, the American Legion.
That's awesome.
Tonight they
I'm
got,
glad they're still in town. They were one of the only organizations that didn't sell out to the banks and everything
Yep.
else.
They have Downtown Dan playing tomorrow night. $8.
Downtown.
Please don't sing. Please. $8 at the door gets you in, and then they have their all veterans dinner on February 27th at 5:30. All veterans are welcome. All veterans eat free. Meat bingo coming up, and Marty and Todd going to be playing on the 22nd. It's a great time over there.
Nice.
I want to mention, before I forget, Freezing Fun for Families Winter Co-ed Softball Tournament.
Oh, yeah. It's that time of year again,
Yes,
ain't
it
it?
is. Friday, February 28th through Sunday, March 2nd at the Berrytown Rec Fields. We've got a little 7-year-old who is the recipient this year, Levi from Colchester. And he, 7 years old, had a stroke.
Oh, shit.
And fighting a brain tumor. This is a big, big story, this little Levi. So please remember, when you register your team, which the link to do so, as well as a donation page, is on Freezing
Is
Fun
Cass
for Families.
and Shelley still doing that?
They're
Or who's
not.
doing
No, they
They've
started
gotten out
it.
a lot of stuff.
Yeah, they started. Well, they're getting older. I mean, look at Cass.
Yeah, he's got to be, what, like 108 now?
He's lost. He's definitely over 100. But I mean, look at him. He's lost all the hair on his head.
Right?
When there's the general donation page is up there. It's posted. Get on Freezing Fun for Families. But you can also, the link is up to register your team too. So if you want to be a part of that, do it. This is their 25th year, and they're close. They're trying to reach a goal of $275,000 over the last 25 years.
Wow.
Right now, they're right around $250,000.
Wow.
And that's been raised organically right here in our freaking backyard, man.
That's cool.
Central Vermont. And
That's
every
awesome.
dime has gone to families that are fighting pediatric
See,
cancer.
I'd much rather donate to something like that than some huge organization where the CEO is getting all the money. You know what I mean?
Or the J.D. Green Needs a New Motorcycle Foundation.
I'd be down with that.
Have you donated to that?
No, I donated my own.
The Harris Hill ski jump is going on this weekend down in Brattleboro.
I
It's
become
gonna
a
be huge.
hermit, my man. When it comes wintertime, I am an absolute hermit. I fucking hate the cold.
Yeah. Well, many do, but there's a lot of stuff going on. Rutland Winterfest is happening this weekend. We got the Great Ice event happening up in North Hero. Sled dogs and ice skating and
You've seen
bonfires.
my sled dog, haven't you? Athena.
Athena will respectfully, and I hope Athena's not listening this morning because I don't want to offend her, but she's never going to be a sled dog.
She absolutely is. She's been pulling her Barbie sleigh all around the house.
Wow.
We're training her.
I need a video of that. But
Let
Rex,
people know my dog is 3.2 pounds.
Why don't you get Brenda and go up to North Hero to the Great Ice Festival this weekend? Lace up your figure skates that you have. A lot of people don't
My
realize.
white ones or black ones?
The white ones.
Yep.
Keep the pink ones at home.
Do I wear those soft little fur ankle things when I?
Yes, I've seen those, and I
want to be warm.
And those candy cane striped pom poms that you've got on them.
Let's talk about some candy cane leotards, man.
I have seen you in your spandex and your ice skates, and you are a very talented figure skater. Did you do that? Were you semi-pro figure skater?
You absolute liar. The only thing you were staring at in my spandex was that potato.
Did you put the potato in the front or the back?
Whatever makes you smile, man.
God. Thank you for coming in here, man. Thanks,
yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for having some insight on some stuff. Thanks for being a complete buffoon. And but also
where did that come from?
Because you are, Rex. But you also know how to get, just like G, you can get serious too.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like that about you. Big snow coming. I think most of us know that on Saturday. There's some news stories that are. Did you see that Phil Scott jokingly said that we should change the name of the Connecticut River to the Vermont River?
That's fucking hilarious. Whatever, man. Like I said, 2025, the year of me.
Just joking.
You can't even joke no more. Don't joke.
No, don't joke. No joking. Don't do it.
Not a joke.
Don't do it.
I
love you, buddy.
Remember, tonight, 6 o'clock, we're going to go over and do some Japanese jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
It's a traditional art that teaches you to incapacitate people on the battlefield.
This is, like you said.
This is like my
ancient.
favorite art.
This is ancient.
Yeah. Well, it's been around for years, where all of your self-defense comes from. Yeah. It's super. Play the video. That's on my wall. Oh, your phone's dead, isn't it?
Yeah, it's totally dead. But here's the thing. I'll grab it right now.
Yep.
As soon as we're done here, and I'll share it up so people can.
Perfect. Because once people see it, they'll see what it's about. Like it's exciting.
And listen, let's say this again.
It's free for law enforcement.
Yeah, it's free for law enforcement.
And this is an adult class also.
And if even if you're kind of remotely interested in this, but you're like, well, I don't know if I can do that.
It's free.
Get off the couch and come out to Granite City MMA.
It's tough. I mean, it's tough for the cops because they work weird hours. They have all their own training that they're required to do and stuff like that. To get up after all of that bullshit and then do even more extra training, I get it. It's tough.
Yeah.
But it's there, and it's whenever you can pop in, whenever you have the energy to pop in, and we'll absolutely go over stuff like people grabbing you and you dump them on their head, or just to control people.
You and Dante tomorrow morning?
Me and Dante tomorrow morning. Absolutely.
Where do we see that? Dante is a young man who is autistic that you work with at Granite City MMA. You guys do some live video. Where can we watch the live video?
So
I love watching it.
You can watch it on, we'll tag the Granite City page. We'll be on the Donnybrook page. We'll be on the Aired Out page. And we'll be on my own personal page there. And
all right.
We don't, so when it comes to Dante, we don't practice what we're going to say. Whatever he says is.
Yeah, of course.
It's going to be live. Yeah, it comes out. And it really depends on how he does. We used to videotape me training with him.
Yeah.
But too many people don't understand what's going on.
Right. Why are you hurting him? Why are you choking him? Whatever.
Yeah, they make comments and stuff like that. And I don't subject him to any of those comments.
Yeah,
I keep those away. I shield him from that.
But you're so good with him, Rex.
I love that kid. He's I caught myself last night. I was actually working with Clara, Will White's daughter. Oh, no, it wasn't. It was Tracy Haynes' daughter.
All right.
So, Paige.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting there talking to her, and then I caught myself. I'm like rubbing her hand, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I was like, because Dante always grabs my hand and holds my hand while we're talking and demonstrating.
Oh, yeah.
So it was just a habit, and I was like, oh my, I'm so sorry that I. I was like, I didn't mean to be weird or anything, but I would just, and it was just, I grabbed her hand, I'm rubbing her hand, and I'm talking to her. I was like, why am I doing this? But Dante is, especially when he's nervous, he wants to hold my hand, he wants to groom.
Oh, yeah.
He's such a good kid, man.
Yeah, he is. He is.
So
Rex,
I have a lot of, I have a ton of fun with Dante. He's helped me grow a lot as a person myself.
Oh, I understand that. I understand that. Listen, man, I appreciate you coming in here. I love having the kickoff of my weekend every Friday morning with you, pal.
Absolutely.
Sharing a cup of coffee and hearing the things that you have to say, whether I agree with you or not. I love having you in here.
You don't agree with me with every single thing I say? Well, that's bullshit. You better agree or I'll beat you up.